In this video we will talk about how to configure LDSperimetral system, right? The first thing we have to notice is that before trying to configure LDSperimetral software, we must have the perimeter system, the LED displays, working correctly. I mean, it has to be installed, has to be turned on, and you have to be able to see correctly the background of your desktop in your perimeter system, right? If you're not in that point, go to the installation of the perimeter system and install it. When everything is working fine, then we can talk about installing the content management system, right? So in this point, you have to notice that the sender is seen as a monitor, as a display from the computer's point of view, right? This display, or this monitor, has a resolution. This resolution is defined in another configuration system in this tab here in this area, right? For making the example simple, I have set a low resolution 1024 by 768, right? So numbers will be small, but the example will be the same for a big system with high resolution and many cabinets, right? So when this resolution is configured, our system will see our display right here, like a new monitor, okay? So we will check also that the resolution of the display is the one we have set in Novastar control system, right? It is important to notice that we have to set 10% of zoom in all the displays. There must be no amplification of the size of the graphics in any of the displays we have in the computer. If we commit the mistake of leaving some of these displays with 150, for example, percent of amplification, we will see that the videos do not match in the correct places, do not go to the correct places where we want, right? So 100% of amplification is a must to have in all the displays, right? Also, you have to extend the desktop, not duplicate the desktop, just extend it, right? So that when you move the mouse from one display to the other, you can see in the perimeter system your mouse running there, right? So once this basic configuration is done, we will go to talk about the rendering window, right? What is the rendering window? The rendering window is the area of this display that is managed by the sender, that when we set some content in that area, that content will go directly to the perimeter system, right? So the area of the display that will contain the graphical information, the videos, the images, will be the rendering window, right? So it's important to calculate it correctly so that it matches exactly the perimeter system, right? It's very simple. It may sound a bit complex in the beginning, but really simple. The first thing you have to know is what size are your cabinets, right? Generally, the manufacturer of your cabinets will already tell you. I have set an example that assumes that each cabinet has only one sender, right? If you have two senders in one cabinet, you have to calculate it accordingly, right? And in my case, the width and the height will be 168 pixels. We will also always talk in pixels, right? So each cabinet 168 pixels, right? So each cabinet 168 pixels by 168 pixels. Now what we have to do is to calculate how do we have to distribute the video in the display that the sender is from the computer's perspective. So we will imagine that we have a perimeter system consistent that is 20 cabinets, right? That it has 20 cabinets only. Why only 20? For simplification of the example, right? Each cabinet 168 by 168. We have a display that is 1024 pixels width and 768 pixels height, right? So the first thing we are going to look is how many cabinets fit in horizontal, right? So we will divide the resolution of the display 1024 by 168, right? And we will see that we can fit there 6 cabinets exactly, right? Is to say, if we divide 124 by 168, the result is 6.09, is to say 6 cabinets and something more, right? So 6 cabinets will be the quantity of cabinets that we will put in horizontal. Here you can see in the configuration that we have set 6 cabinets in the width, right? And now if each row have 6 and we have 20 cabinets, so we need 4 rows, right? Divide the number of cabinets by the number of cabinets per line, and you have that you need 3 and something more, right? 4. So the rendering window will be 6 multiplied by the width, and this for the width, and for the height 4 multiplied by the height. So the rendering window will be 1008 pixels by 672, right? This is the exact number. If we set in the system a wide, there is no problem because the video that exceeds the width of the perimeter system will go out from the left side of the perimeter system and will not be seen. But the width of the window is important, that is not bigger than 1 full cabinet more. I mean, if we set 6 cabinets and just some space here, but another cabinet does not fit here, the display of the next cabinet will be in the other line. But if we can fit another cabinet here, then we will be missing 1 cabinet per line, right? We will see it in the example, right? So the best you can do, put the exact number, the calculated number, and you're fine, right? And now let's go to open the perimeter system, right? Double click in the executable. The first thing we have to do is go to the configuration window, right? Let's click here, and we will set the size of the cabinet, right? The dimensions of the cabinet. We have some presets here, right? And we have a custom one. These presets are some manufacturers' models that are already set in the system, but the best for our case is to use the custom. The custom is a setting that allows you to set the values that you think are correct, right? This is what we are going to do here. 168 by 168. We will select then the display number 3, right? Because we have seen in the configuration that is the one that represents the sender, right? Automatically, the processing resolution set is the complete resolution of that display. We will adjust it here to the numbers that we have already calculated. Is it right? Is it right? Okay, so this is how we configure the sender and the rendering window. This is the rendering window, right? All the video will be in this box. We save it, and now we are going to define our perimeter system, right? We will define a perimeter system that consists in 3 segments, 1, 2, and 3, and in each segment we will have 5 cabinets here, 5 cabinets here, and 10 cabinets here. Just an example. You can define it how you want, right? And now everything is supposed to be in place. Let's make a drawing. We will set the red color so that we can see exactly the end of each cabinet, and we will click on try it. In this moment, in our perimeter system, all the cabinets will appear in red. There will be a box that will define the edges of the cabinet, right? The left, top, right, and bottom. Each pixel has to be white, and each cabinet will appear with its number. So we have to see all the cabinets in the stadium, right, correctly numbered. We don't have to miss any number, right? At this point, when this is the situation we have the perimeter system completely configured. We can think about now how to play video, which video we want to play, how to organize the media, etc. Right? Now the system is perfectly working. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.